Okay, so I found this book on my shelf, so I'm so glad I didn't have to buy it. But that is Thinner by by Stephen King. I remember watching the movie a while back, like a couple of years ago. I just remember it's about a guy who is like, he's a big guy and he keeps on getting thinner and thinner, and it's kind of like a spooky, it's definitely a spooky movie because he gets like really thin. I remember I seen a picture of him on like Google or something. Whenever I Googled it, like him like flat thin. It was just gross. But I don't know too much about the book. I just know that he gets thinner and thinner. And I think that's basically what the back of the book says too. Yeah. He's also 50 pounds overweight and his doctor keeps reminding him, oh my gosh. Poor man. But yeah, I'm excited to read this book because I wanted to read a Stephen King book in October, but I didn't want to read it since okay, since it's so long. I did get the audiobook for it from my library on Libby, but I did not finish it, so maybe next year or something. But yeah, this is a shorter book, so yeah, Thinner. So the next book is The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. So last week, actually, I went to the Phantom of the Opera with a couple of friends at the Bass Performance Hall. I think it was like they were from Broadway. I think it was the Broadway show that was touring. And I love Phantom of the Opera. It's one of my favorite musicals, and it was amazing. And I really wanted to read the book. So this book was like $2 from Half Price Books, which was awesome. But yeah, after seeing the musical live, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to read the book now. But yeah, I don't know. I know there's another book called Phantom, but I don't know if it's about the same thing. I don't know too much about it, so I'm not going to even try to explain it. Of course, Phantom of the Opera, I don't really need to explain this book because everyone should already know what it is, except for if you don't. Basically, it's just about a... Well, I don't know if the book's different, so you know what? I'm gonna stop right there. But the musical, what the musical is about a girl who hears someone singing at night, and she calls him the angel of music. Or I think he calls her, no, she calls him the angel of music. And there's a phantom who's haunting the opera, basically. So yeah, that's all I want to say. Because I think Phantom of the Opera is pretty mainstream, so I would believe that everyone would know what this is about. So this next book, which I'm really excited to talk about, is Coraline from Neil Gaiman. Oh my gosh. So Coraline's one of my favorite spooky movies. I watch it every year, and I saw it when it first came out in theaters, and I think I was like 9 or 10. It was a long time ago, but I didn't know it was based on a book until like maybe a couple years ago. I saw it in the kids section. So this isn't really the copy I wanted. I wanted the original copy, but I'm excited to read the book. It's super short too, so I can get through it easily. But if y'all don't know what Coraline's about, unless you've seen the movie, it's about this girl who moves into this new house, and she didn't want to move there, and there is another mother, because she finds this trap door leading to another world, and the other mother and the other father and stuff like that have button for eyes. So yeah, and then the story just goes downhill from there. I don't know if the book's any different, but that's what the movie's about, and I don't want to give too much away because it'd be spoilers for the movie if you haven't seen it. But yeah, Coraline, I'm really excited to read this one. Okay, so this next book isn't a spooky book, but I really wanted to share it with y'all. That is Frankly in Love by David Yoon. Oh my gosh. So this was, I think, early September. He had a book signing at one of my Barnes & Nobles near me. Thank God. I am so happy and so grateful that I was able to go. He had a Q&A and he talked about the book a little bit. And then he signed our books for us, which I was really happy about. And he, let me show y'all. He signed mine. It was funny because, like, he put Frankly in Love. You can't really see it, but it's okay. But he put Frankly in Love with blank, and I'm just like, I'm so happy. I am just like, ooh. It makes me really happy that like I got my copy and I got it signed, and it's awesome. Like, I haven't read it yet because I wanted to do a vlog, so I just been waiting. So it's just been sitting on my shelf, and I'm just like, whew. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited to read this. But I'm so glad and so grateful that I got to meet him finally, because like I always knew who he was because of his wife Nickelodeon, but it was the fact that this is like his first debut book. It makes me like so happy and so grateful for the both of them. It's such a goal to be a couple and have both of your books out together and they're bestsellers. Like, oh, that's so awesome. Just to go a little bit into Frankly in Love, if y'all don't know what it's about a teenage boy named Frank. I think his last name's Lee. Yeah, Frankly. And he, of course, his parents are very traditional, and I believe he's Korean. And of course, with within his culture, it's like you have to date within your race. And you have to marry a Asian girl. And I think he starts to like a white girl, but his friend is pretending to date him. I think it's his friend. Yeah, it's pretending to date him, and that's what his parents think he's dating, this, his nice Korean friend, but instead he's dating a white girl. And so it's just like this whole thing of trying to hide my white girlfriend. But I'm just joking. But yeah, I haven't read any of it, but I know it's gonna be really good, and I know this book is very diverse, and I hope, and I know I have a couple of friends actually who have been through this, where their parents are really strict and they're just like, you can only date in your race. Like, you can only date Korean, you can only date Hispanic, you can only date this, and this. And you have to marry them, blah, blah, blah. You can't marry outside your race, which is terrible. I feel like, I get it's part of the culture, but I feel like people should be able to marry whoever they want. Like, it just sucks. So I know people, I can't relate to this book, but I know people could definitely relate to this book if they read it, if they had been through something like this, which it sucks, but I'm just glad a book like this was written, though. So I'm really excited to read it. I might do a vlog. Like, I was going to, but I had to like restart my phone. Not restart, reset. Like, reset my whole phone, and all my pictures and videos are gone. And I had taped myself going to the Q&A. I taped a little bit of the Q&A, and I had a picture of us, and I think it's gone. So it just really sucks that that picture is no longer there. So, rip. But yeah, I think I don't think I'm going to do a vlog for this anymore because it's really upsetting. But yeah, but I am going to read the book, and I'm going to enjoy it so much. And hopefully I can meet David Union. But yeah, Frankly in Love. Okay, so this next book. My heart. So this next book is Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. I finished Carry On, I think earlier last week, because I just been putting it off, and I'm like, oh my god, Wayward Son comes out. So I picked, I got it when it came out, but I didn't start it because, didn't finish Carry On, and I finally, I was halfway through Carry On, and I was like, okay, I need to finish this. And I did, and I don't want to go too much into it, but I absolutely loved Carry On. It was so good. It's everything I ever wanted. And I started reading just a little bit of this. This book is actually not that big, and I'm kind of scared. But then Rainbow Rowell put on her Instagram, I think, Anywhere the Wind Blows. I think that's that's part of, I think, Bohemian Rhapsody's song. But I'm just saying that, she posted a picture, so there has to be a third book. And I'm just like, yes. I hope so, because I'm here, and I'm just like, this book is not that big, and I know I'm gonna cry and be like, and Simon and Baz are one of my favorite couples right now this year, besides Rhysand and freaking Feyre, but Simon and Baz forever. But yeah, Wayward Son. I'm not gonna even say what this book's about because I have no idea, except they go on a road trip. Because, spoilers, but yeah, I'm just so happy I got my copy, and it's so pretty. Let me show y'all. I got the Barnes & Noble's edition, and I really need to take off that sticker, so hopefully it doesn't peel off the cover. But this is the well, that's blank, but this is the cover. But like, they have a picture of them in here. I don't know if y'all can see it, which is like crazy. And excuse my terrible nails, like I really need to redo them. And then this picture made me want to cry. Like, I don't know if y'all can see it, but like, are you kidding me? This is beautiful. I want a poster of this. Are you kidding me? I'm so glad I got the Barnes & Noble's edition and not the regular. I want the regular edition, but I'm so glad I got the Barnes & Noble's edition because that is beautiful and I want to cry. I'm so excited to read it, and I know I'm going to read it fast, and I'm like, whew. I was like, should I do a vlog about it or should I just do a review? But I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of want to like sit there and enjoy it instead of doing a vlog. Like, have, you know, the camera up, you know, watching me. It's a little weird, but yeah. Okay, thank you for watching. It's been a while, and I really appreciate everyone sticking around. And yeah, have a spooky October.